dreams or aspiration come to pass. It's all over. People are moving into A, from A to B, C to D, because they want to fulfill their aspiration. The most important thing is that the party that can take you to where you are going, because party is a vehicle that will take your aspiration to where you are going. That's the reason why you are seeing this movement. It will affect the forthcoming election, because politics is a game of numbers and it's a game of interest. And if the candidates at the end of the day, after the screening from various parties that stand with their dreams, then the people will definitely vote the candidate of their choice, which will definitely affect.
Nigeria political parties are just a group of people who associate to grab power. They have no desire for anything other than just being special purpose vehicles for the purpose of getting power at any level. That is why our politicians can move few minutes to elections from party A to party B without remorse. You can imagine that politicians just jump from one party to another, still expecting their supporters to follow them to the next party, believing that they will have votes. I think that laws should be made to check this situation of people going with the ticket of the party that sent them into power. We look at situations where very visible politicians move from party A to party B. You find out that they are only desperate to occupy office. They are desperate to have power. That is the main reason why they are moving from party to party. I condemn this, and I urge Nigerians to take note of such people's character. It shows that they lack character, and such kind of persons should not be voted into office.
Defecting from one party to another is as a result of lack of organization. When party is not properly structured, when the political aspirant was not given a level playground for them to prove themselves, where there are consensus, where people do not allow themselves to be voted for, in the sense that party faithful know their choice of candidate they want to choose. But a result of where leaders will just endorse people without not considering the party members. And as a result of that, these are the reasons why people will move from one party A to party B, and that is not really democratic. If you belong to a political party, it's good for that political party, for you to grow that political party, for that political party to come to a limelight. But a situation whereby people defect from one party A to party B, party C, is as a result of interest. When your interest is not being fulfilled, you will look for alternative. That is why people are defecting, and it has a very great impact, negative impact on the electorate, in the sense that they will see that political leader who is contesting that is not faithful, because they are already clamoring, singing your praise in that political party. At the end of the day, you just desert that party for no just cause, and you are telling the public that there is no level play ground for political leaders. It has a very great effect on the electorate, because the electorate will not want to, they will not understand who to vote for. And secondly, they will also see you that you are not a party faithful.
So many reasons why people exchange or leave their party for none. There are some with selfish reason. There are some because of the government of the day. Let's, for instance, take the PDP. You can agree with me that PDP is no more the PDP as it was. You have some who want to jump here, jump there, maybe because of what they will benefit. There are some who the government or party in government will give large sum of money to the camp so as to weaken that party. For me, as people, even those contesting in my party, if they bring drink and put envelope, I don't accept the envelope. I can accept the drink and cola to pray for you. So that tomorrow if they are there, they cannot say they bought that position from leaders.
The defections of politicians from one party to another is a normal situation, particularly in election seasons like this. Apart from the fact that it is enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and also in the Electoral Act that politicians are free to freely associate with any of the political party because we operate a multi-party democracy in Nigeria. So politicians who no longer feel comfortable or feel they are not given the opportunity to achieve their ambitions can choose to jump ship or move to another party. Just that in some situations we've seen politicians seeing some of these political parties as a special purpose vehicle whereby they no longer have ideology, they don't have decorum in becoming nomadic politicians. They are known for moving from party A to party B, and once their ambition is not met, they jump from party B to party C. When they also see that the pendulum is not also swinging into their when they also see that the pendulum is not swinging into their favor, they also jump from B again to C or to D. And in that case, you begin to ask yourself, those politicians are seeking personal aggrandizement instead of having the service or the goal to serve the people as their main goal. So in terms of the impact on polity, it is meant initially to provide viable alternative to the electorate. But in the case of Nigeria, you've always seen majority of the politicians that we now refer to as nomadic politicians do so for their personal gain and for their personal interest, and so does not really add value to the quality of governance that we get or to the quality of candidate that is being presented to the electorate to vote for during the general elections. What you see now, generally, particularly in the Nigerian situation, the Nigerian electorate are becoming very, very knowledgeable, very, very sensitive in the sense that they no longer look at the political parties. Instead, they are now assessing individuals based on what they perceive is going to be their performance if they should get the position that they are aspiring for. So I really don't see it affecting the electorate if they perceive that particular person to be of value or what they think that person is going to change in the polity. So even if it's just that in the Nigerian situations, we've not really have opportunity to have independent candidates that can really stand as a movement to be able to ginger electorate or general support that they can win elected positions on their own as an individual, just like you have in the other advanced democracy where you have independent candidates. So for the electorate, they are now looking for credible candidates. They are not looking at party A or party B, because generally now all the parties seems to have the same manifesto or ideology, and it's the same season of politicians in party A that you will see in party B or party C. Just that we, as the ruling party, has become more stable, we are more stabilized, and that's why you see that in recent times you've had few defections from my own political party. most of the defections you see are other mainstream opposition that is trying to gather themselves and see how well they can form a vehicle to challenge us as the ruling party.
With some of the response from the people we actually spoke to on what we are looking at on today's viewpoint, talking about defection by party members, some said it is as a result of lack of loyalty to the particular party the candidate is actually representing, which is also perceived to be as a result of internal sabotage, while some are also saying that it's as a result of some of these party candidates trying to look for a particular party that suits and aligns with their vision for the reason with which they are contesting or vying for that particular position. It is a viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji. Many thanks for watching.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is Aqua Game, a popular game in Africa played by our ancestors to entertain themselves after each day of farming. It is also relevant in our coronation in Africa. It is a sport and indeed very interesting, as every seed had a role in the game. Playtime is 45 minutes per set. There is no age limit as long as you can spin Aqua Seed. Ayo or Aqua Game, known as the game of intellectual. This game requires a lot of mathematical skills. Aqua Game is played with carved wooden box containing 12 holes.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
It surely is an exciting time to have you join us on the program Woman to Woman. Yes, we will talk about woman to woman. We'll talk about the home front. We'll talk about things affecting women, motherhood, and the likes. Now, today on Woman to Woman, we have a counselor in our midst, yes. And she is by the person of Sharon Healing. She is a counselor, Uniben Counseling Center. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure having you here today.
Nice.
All right, today on Woman to Woman, we will be talking about certain boundaries with in-laws and friends in marriage. Now, this brings to the fact that when let's say, when we get married, we get to hear a lot of persons say, two shall become one. Now, you need not to allow foreigners into your home. You need to come together to do things as one. Now, when we know our Nigerian setting, we always want to cherish the fact that we have extended families. Now, we cannot do without our extended families. Now, this brings to the fore certain boundaries with in-laws and friends. Now, when we talk about certain boundaries in marriage, what does it actually mean?
Yeah, first and foremost, let's try to understand the word boundaries. Because sometimes some persons tend to just say the word boundaries have to do with the negative aspects. And really that is how a lot of persons' mindset has been programmed. They're like, don't cross that line. Yes. Don't reach here.
I'm married already.
I knock before you would, before you call me, before you come to my house.
Let me have a notice when you're coming to my home.
It don't really have to be that way. So there are healthy boundaries that can be kept. At the end of the day, everybody's relationship is still intact, not creating enemies for each other. So that is what we're going to be, I'm going to be talking on today. Like I tell people, we are not friends, we are not enemies.
Yes.
But we still draw the boundaries. So like, oh please, don't you think next time you should inform me when you're coming?
Oh, there should be a softer way.
Yeah, that's what we should start understanding now. So in marriage, boundaries are actually very, very important in marriage. Why is it important? Because of the mental state of everybody involved, the psychological well-being of everybody involved, the financial aspect also of the people involved. Setting boundaries in marriage helps you a lot as an individual also to plan and program your own self. When you are doing that, it's not everything the next person needs to hear. So like we tell you as a professional, we'll say there are things you should not say to everybody. Why? Because I may give you the wrong counsel.
Yes.
I may lead you astray if I'm not a professional. And also, we don't even know what is in the mind of the person you are taking with, you are discussing with. And now, these days, we now have online in-laws.
Yeah, very well.
Online in-laws.
Yes,
so that they're even more than the physical in-laws that people now deal with.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, you pick here, pick from online, pick from physical. At the time you say you want to
merge it together,
mix everything together, you find out that there will be unrest and conflicts in that home. So that is why we are talking of boundaries, keeping healthy boundaries. Like I say, you are not my enemies. You are not my enemy. We are not friends. But we should still understand when I should do something and when you also should cross the line when it comes to
But in our Nigerian setting, are you sure the boundaries we're talking about can actually come into play?
Yes, it can. Very, very well. Like I'm married for 20-something years now. I have healthy boundaries with my in-laws. and we are all moving well and fine. I know what I should say to them. I know what I should not say to them. I didn't go into marriage with the mindset of my sister-in-law, no. My mother-in-law, no. Those are unhealthy boundaries. The boundaries I set is, I know when to cross the line, and they too know when to cross the line. So I know what I say to them. So it's not everything I just cry to them. I don't want to run my husband down to them. They are my in-laws. I will not see relating. I have uncles in-laws, aunties in-laws. We all relate. Unlike when you are dying, the first person just call, you're like, that useless man, he has started again. I tell you, you see that marriage, why won't you left the marriage? Anything again, and you see, and all that and everything. So those are things one try to avoid. Or, oh, mama, before you come to my house, yes, let me know. You don't enter my house unannounced. And don't, but it can happen if we create the mindset that, oh, this in-law is not coming to destroy my home. This person or a friend, for example, is not coming to destroy my own. And how can a home be destroyed? It depends on your attitude, your behavior, and what you let out to the public. That is what end up destroying the home. So in-laws, friends can be welcome, but you draw a line and the boundaries with them.
Okay, now would we not say certain boundaries can be seen as being disrespectful as a wife to the parents? Would that not be tagged as being disrespectful?
Okay. Let me give you a scenario of, I think I had a client that she was like, my mother-in-law will want to travel all the way from Abuja to come and cook for the son. And apparently the son is the only child and the only son. And which does not go down well with her. It was always causing conflicts. So sometimes she don't even hear her mother-in-law is coming. So I was like, don't you think you and your mother-in-law can cook in that kitchen?
Certainly.
So mama has come. So what is this? It's my kitchen. Why we should enter my kitchen? Mama has come. Mama, thank God. Food yes, today I thank God, Mama, you have come. I will rest now. And all that. So Mama, tell me, is it fried rice you want to cook? Is it carrot I should do for you? Let's enter the kitchen. You see how I put it? It's an healthy boundary already. So you are not quarreling, you are not whatever, you are not fighting over who owns the kitchen. So it's when it is not the other way around, it is not a disrespect to your in-laws. Like some example I said, don't come to my house without, give me 1 week notice before you come to my house. Why will you call me? You don't just call me. So this is different, like, thank you so much, Mama. Mama, don't you think, by this time now I should be sleeping. Mama, don't you think as from 10, it's ideal to call me that time. I will answer you very well. My eyes go down open. My eyes is shining down. Mama, please, don't be calling by 6 a.m. What is bringing that hair and all that? Or me and my husband is talking. You are calling my husband. But in a better way, that you are showing respect to the other person.
Okay, now do you feel having a relationship with your in-laws can actually help to solidify the home front?
Yes, I tell people it is very, very important to create relationship with your in-laws. So, but some persons will tell you, oh, in-laws are the worst things that will ever happen to you. But I tell people, create relationship with your in-laws because you don't know what tomorrow holds for you. Fine, nobody prays for anything bad to happen. But when it happens, what's next? You don't have anybody to cry to. So when the person pushes your head out you don't have one person in that family
to actually fall
back to. So even though your own husband is the one even creating an unhealthy boundary
with the parents,
with the parents, with the family, you apply wisdom in doing it. Why? Because of tomorrow. Anything can crop up tomorrow. I've had scenario whereby the family of the girl, they told her, oh, this is okay, can go. Sister is the person you want to get married to. Then at the end of the day, the guy became something else. And apparently she didn't have relationship with anybody in the family. And when the guy was like, I'm done with you, I'm no longer interested in this marriage, when she went to her family drove her because they saw ahead, but she was like, this is what I wanted. So they drove her away. So she didn't have anybody
to fall back
to. So I've seen scenario whereby when issues crop up, the person will just call the sister-in-law like, I'm coming to your house, like, oh, my doors are open, come and stay. Then I will talk to my brother in the morning.
Okay, in that aspect now, how would a woman actually know, okay, this is a family that, you know, has opened their arms for me to come into the home? How would one know, and how would one know a red flag?
Do you know one funny thing? In the beginning, every woman knows a family that don't welcome them. They always know, it's always there. I tell people, when I enter a home and it's even a 5 years old, I say, I don't like this auntie, I hate her, I will run.
That's a red flag.
Yes, that's a red flag already.
But in the aspect where the man you're coming for, you know, loves you, likes you, adores you.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. They'll say, after all, it's not they are not the one I'm getting married to. It's the man I'm getting married to. Yes. But I tell you I tell them as a professional, you are not only getting married to the man, you're getting married to
the family, everyone
in the family. So once you see the attitude from day one, the behavior, the like, I don't know my pikin see you bring come now on a good day, now woman wear fat now we like see you be like who never they hungry. Those are already signs. So even though the guy is telling you, don't worry, and it's me you are getting married to and all that, things will change. At the end of the day, we'll find out that the influence will now be so much on the guy's attitude. I've handled a lot of cases like that. His attitude will just change. You will start hearing, he's my mother, I know how she suffered for me, so I have to...
Yes, I have to answer to the call of my mom.
It's my father. My father went on land to make sure who I am today. It's unfortunate that I got married to you. I have to please. Then at the end of the day, some of them even end up getting married to a second wife. Why? Just to please the family. So the signs are there through action words. So you look out for the verbal and non-verbal. Yes.
Okay, now how can couples identify unhealthy interference?
Yeah, unhealthy interference from in-laws or maybe friends and people around you is someone barging into your house. Maybe me and my husband and wife are together in the bedroom, you're badging, like, hey, follow me, I want to see you. Like, oh, mama, please. So I said, follow me, what is important you are discussing? Well, follow me, I want to see you. That is unhealthy. Then barge into the kitchen. Why are there plates?
Why haven't you swept
the home this morning?
Yes, why is everywhere messy?
So like, oh mama, I'm so tired. You know, I just gave birth. Is it Jesus you gave birth to? Are you the first woman to give birth to? Then giving you rules and regulation on in our family.
This is what we do.
This is what we do. This is
how women behave. A woman will marry into the family. This is their duties and all of that.
We don't give birth to CS in this family.
Okay. And that brings to you having to go and get a research. Before going to any home, any family, I guess the woman should go do their research before they get into a place that it's like a game of not returning.
Exactly.
Anyways, if you just joined us, this is Woman to Woman. We'll be right back after the short break. Don't go nowhere. All right, if you just joined us, this is Woman to Woman, and today we're looking at setting boundaries with in-laws and friends. I love to, you know, expatiate the fact that I don't think there is any marriage without friends, without friendship. You get to hear, oh, my friend told me this, my friend said this. So how can a home notice a red flag in one's relationship with a friend?
Especially when that friend is always talking down
on the husband, or the wife.
Or the wife, yeah, on your partner. Never sees anything good that the person is doing for you.
Yeah.
Your partner is doing for you. And like, is it not somebody, the partner, husband or wife that just did? So what is the big deal, on what he has done, that you are now high heavens and all that, and shows disrespect to your partner. So disrespect your partner, talk to your partner, and anyhow where you are. I think that can only come place the way you yourself place your partner. The person.
There goes the saying that says, the way you lay your bed, that's the way you lie on it.
So if you respect your partner, I don't think any friend will come and trample on your ears, talk down or insult your partner in your presence. So those are some of the signs you see. Never appreciative, maybe dressing, the way the person is talking, the income of the person is always talked down on, and making the person feel so little wherever you are. So such a friend, you just flee from such friendship and don't keep such a person as a friend. Then a friend that is always telling you, I see what my husband
bought for me, what my husband did for me,
come and see, can't you see? Can't you see this one? So if it's affecting your mental state, so just...
Especially when you get to see some women, when they talk about their husbands, my husband got this for me, my husband, and funny enough, when you go do your research, you will not see one pain that the husband actually did for them. Now again, when we talk about marriage now, are we to say that, okay, let's say for instance now, Mrs. Sharon, you're married, I am married, do we keep company with those married women or single women? Now, some persons will be of the notion that once you're married, you should do away with your single friends. I don't know how true that is.
And to me, I don't believe in that school of thought. Because I believe you as an adult, you should know what is good for you. There's something I tell people when I hear somebody tell me that, oh, I've been no one done before, is this my friends? Like, you see, we told you not to be keeping friends with single person. I'm like, don't say that. If it was not in your mind,
you would not do it.
Yes, you would not do it. So it was just a push.
You needed.
You needed. It was just the opportunity, the avenue. I said, so I always back it up with the scripture. I said, that's how the Bible says, I will not give you the temptation you cannot overcome. So I said, okay, just like me now, as I'm seated there, I said, the mindset of go and rob a bank.
You can never come across.
Yes. I said, it's the one within my power that will always come across. So it's not left for me to say a yes or a no. I said, so that is how it is with friendship. So there are good single women out there that are even better than the married women, that we even put the married women in a straight path. So it's not all to do with you as an individual. Always see what you take in as you keep your friendship with the opposite sex that are single or the females.
Okay. Now, in another notion, we get to see some persons, you know, start deleting numbers of their single friends. Now, this is coming from the husband telling the wife, okay, all your single friends, so you need to do away with them right now. Now, is that actually the right move to do at that particular time?
To me, I see it as a form of abuse, control over the individual. So the person can have maybe single friend, both male and female. We've come way back. So that is why we are talking of boundaries now. So it's now you that have to create the healthy boundaries with that person. So you know when to draw the line with the person, what to do with the person, because you don't know where you need the help of that person tomorrow. And to like just cut off from people totally is me and you, maybe church or whatever. I don't want only married people in your life and all that. Then friends I knew, because life was fortunate for me to get married before them, I'll cut them off totally. So it is an abuse, it's control of that person so that the partner would be in charge of that person. But if the partner sees that that person is a strong negative influence, yes, so I see reasons why you can like, oh, I don't want to see, and there's a way you put it to your partner, and the partner will see reasons why I need to give a space from that person.
Okay, so can the married person now, you know, have a discussion, intimate discussion, sensitive discussion with friends?
It depends on the relationship you keep with that your friend. So like I said, it's not every information you put out there for the
like mental discussions.
Yes, and whatever. But if you find out that the abuse you are facing in the home
is more than what you can carry,
what you can carry, you can open up. So if like intimates, or maybe all those intimates, whatever, I don't see why you just sit somebody down and that is what you want to be
discussing about.
So it tends to even erupt some negative thoughts in the other person, and the person wants to like, oh, this person is, so that person is always too full of this his or her partner, let me go and really test and see. But the only time I tell people you can cry out, you can speak, is when the abuse
is getting
too much. You can't take it anymore. So have somebody you can confide in, you can speak with. So if it's what cannot be handled, you seek the help of a professional.
Okay, now do you believe that one can actually be in a marriage and don't have friends?
Yeah, there are people like that. There are people like that, and it's working for them, it's good for them. So there are people that also keep friends and all that,
and it's working for them.
So know what is good for you, what works for you, and all that. Like me, I have friends, but you see me, I hardly visit. But
just through phone calls and all of that.
Through phone calls, through chatting, I check up on them.
Okay, now before we go, let's quickly, you know, have a review as far as the in-laws are concerned. So what should the women especially, now what should a woman do to have that, you know, cordial relationship with her in-laws?
Yes, the first thing is having a positive mindset towards your in-laws. Not the mindset of what the society has said about in-laws.
Especially mother-in-laws.
Yes, mother-in-laws, that you have created the mindset that to let my mother-in-law die before I get married and all that. So by the time you create a positive mindset towards your in-laws, you find out that you are open. Even you are being scolded, they criticize you when you do something wrong, you are open. So once in a while, I advise people, you send messages to your mother-in-law. It's maybe she's celebrating, if it's every month's message, birthdays,
Mother's Day, and all of that.
To appreciate, so it keeps that relationship with
going.
you. Yes, going. So if you should know, like I said, everybody has their boundary and limit of what they can do. So if you know your limit is not to go and be sweeping house, washing clothes, it's fine. If you just to go and sit down and gist with I've come today to come and gist with you, fine.
So keep you company.
So if you are in the school of thought, I want to wash your clothes, I want to do this, I want to do, fine. So that is building relationship with you.
All right, thank you so much, Councillor Sharon, for taking out your time to be with us today. Now remember that that a healthy marriage needs love, communication, and boundaries. Setting boundaries is not rejection, it is protection. Now, the goal is not to shut people out, but to create a respectful space where marriage can grow peacefully. All right, so we'll be seeing you again next week for another exciting time. Do have yourself a blessed day, and yes, remain blessed. Bye for now.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
ITV. Certainly the best. ITV. Certainly the best.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the program, Healthy Living. I'm at Desu Walsawage. We most sincerely apologize for coming on behind schedule due to some technical issues which have now been rectified. Thank you for staying tuned. Today we want to look at your nurse and you, because there's so many misconceptions about this issue. Some persons would rather see a nurse than go to a conventional hospital. You know, all of that and much more are what we're going to be looking at today on the program, Healthy Living. So joining me is Favor Iniye Omarige. She's a nurse and also an educator at the School of Nursing Sciences, University of Benin. Favor, good afternoon, and thank you for joining me.
Good afternoon. It's good to be here.
Now is this: what's the difference between a nurse's role and that of a doctor, and why does it matter, or why should it matter to patients?
Nurse's role and doctor's role differs. Both are medical fields. Both are towards better patient care, the patient health and care.
Okay.
Roles, as they are two different professions. A doctor, as a medical practitioner, is that individual that diagnoses the patient's condition, requests for medical investigations, carries out major surgical and procedural activities on the patient. A nurse, on the other hand, is that individual that cares for the patient, always by the patient, and ensures that the patient is taken care of both psychologically, emotionally, and otherwise, and ensures that everything, including the environment, she collaborates the workforce, she collaborates activities of every other healthcare providers to ensure that the patient gets the best from the healthcare services. So in other words, the nurse and the doctor's role differs professionally.
Okay, that's fantastic. If that is so, why do some nurses treat patients? They have small shops, because you can't call that a chemist. You have this small space. They put some what do you call it now? Some counters, so to speak, and then they have different kind of drugs there. And these nurses, in that small space of theirs, they treat people. You hear somebody say, I won't go nurse place, go take treatment. I don't understand. What does the nursing council, or what should the nursing council do about this? And investigation also reveals that most of these people are auxiliary nurses. Some don't even have any certification, not even auxiliary self. Those who learned under one person, and then they start calling themselves nurses, they wear uniform, they open a small medicine store, and they actually treat people. I need you to talk to somebody out there who has this habit of visiting such nurses.
A nurse is any person that has undergone certified period of training, whether theoretically and practically, in the nursing profession, and has written the nursing of Nigeria exam and is licensed to practice. Same with the medical professional, and every profession, their licensing criteria and requirements. Anybody, anywhere around us, we discover that many persons will just wake up, open one place and tell you that, I'm not a nurse. The fact that they act like nurses don't make them nurses. Like you said earlier, that they are auxiliary, some of them are not certified. So we cannot refer to them as nurses. We refer to them as quacks. So the nursing council,
you people refer to them as quacks. What is the nursing council doing about this? Because what is this practice is on the increase. There are so many people out there who would rather go and visit the nurse down the road or the nurse on the next street who has a small medicine shop. They actually inject people there. They treat them. So what is the nursing council doing about this?
Please, I would not want us to call them nurses. These quacks.
That they wear white uniform. No, they wear scrub.
They are actually quacks. They are not nurses. They are not licensed. They are not activities from their parents, from their neighbors, and just believe that they now know it. Some are actually even herbal people that have turned themselves into nurses. What Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, we have regulatory bodies, and they are actually on the move, checking out these athletic, various unlicensed athletes, and they are shutting them down. People caught are actually sanctioned, and a lot of things are going on to nip this menace in the bud. But then, as humans, because of our kind of communal living, our people tend to prefer the person that is close to them. The person that they know within their environment, they say the person is a nurse and they go and meet the person rather than seek care from professionals. Outside our Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, I also believe that our government have a very big role to play in this activity. There are very many, like you said, very many. They are everywhere. They're
So
in the
many.
cranny of the nation. And, you know, they are causing a lot of challenges and problems. You see people coming down with severe complications that should have been managed, you know, beautifully, without conditions that should have been managed beautifully without complications. These quacks end up complicating these issues, and we are having increased mortality, morbidity, and mortality. People are dying in their numbers. People, diseases conditions are increasing in their numbers because these persons are still allowed to thrive in our society.
Okay. All right, I hope they will do something very fast. And they are usually in all those hidden areas, areas that are not so developed. I think the Nursing Council should go into those areas and save souls. Now, let's move away from that now and ask some other question. All right. So, as a nurse, which vaccines are people in Nigeria missing or delaying, and why does it matter? Because we have a lot of ailments, a lot of preventable diseases that are happening that vaccines would have corrected. So which should people really take very serious?
Vaccines are available, all right, prevents illness. But if you ask me, our government have done well already with our childhood immunization program.
Okay.
Our children, to a very large extent, are already well covered. Immunization schedule that good enough for our population. So looking at vaccines that our people should have that they don't have, I don't think we have that gap that is so obvious. There are some vaccines that some people need that we really may not need in these countries when they are traveling outside the nation, that they do need it. But the vaccines that are important to us, we have them available, and our government have made them readily available. For the newborns, they are usually free. And then for the older adults, some of these vaccines are at affordable and subsidized prices. So I don't think we are missing out on any kind of vaccine.
Or just ignore, especially for children, because there are some parents who would never take their children for immunization and all of that. Hello, Favor, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, so please respond. How important are these vaccines to us, especially to newborns?
Immunization and vaccination, childhood vaccination, is very, very important. You know, it has prevented children from having diseases that would take their lives early. It has helped our children to grow healthier and stronger. If you see our nation presently, you hardly will see a child leaping due to polio, mellitus, deformities. Why? Because oral polio vaccination is always on. We're always having it as a program, a regular program in our primary health care services. So I want to encourage our parents, by all means, immunize your children. Immunization vaccines are usually very free, especially in the primary healthcare centers and tertiary institutions. Government have made it free for newborns. Do well to immunize them. It will make them grow healthy. It will prevent them from having these deadly diseases like tuberculosis. All right? The child will be free from measles, from yellow fever, from hepatitis B. The child will also be free from diphtheria. Recently, there was an outbreak. The child will be free from that infection, from tetanus. All right? Also, there's this pneumococcal vaccine. The child will be able to, stay healthy and well without being infected with pneumococcal virus, and the child will be free from a lot of challenges. And the child will be able to grow well and be intelligent, because when a child is healthy, the child is able to process other activities of life better and then grow well and healthy. So parents, please, let's immunize our children. It will reduce deformity from them, and it will also reduce untimely deaths from these children.
All right, Favor. Let's take a quick break here. When we come back, I'll ask 1 or 2 questions on red flags that we should be aware of. We'll take that break now. All right, thank you for staying tuned. Favor, let me ask you this a few questions before we round up, and it's on red flags, okay? What are some of the red flags during pregnancy that needs immediate medical attention? What are some of the red flags a pregnant woman should look out for? Because I know nearly all pregnant women will claim to be Hebrew women and would not want to visit the hospitals. So what are those red flags they should look out for during pregnancy that would warrant them to say, oh yeah, our hospital, here we come?
As a pregnant woman, when you discover that your pregnancy is not growing, it's a red flag. Go to the hospital for further investigation.
How many women will know that the pregnancy is not growing?
You will know that the pregnancy is not growing. Is it that, you know, for some women, the abdomen may not increase in size. You'll be feeling the weight of your baby as the baby is growing. Or you are pregnant and you've done your calculation at about 20 weeks or 24 weeks, 5 months, thereabout, like we popularly call it. You can't feel the movement of your baby. Come to the hospital. If you are pregnant and you are seeing water or you are seeing frank red blood, don't sit down. Don't call Mama Sakpolo. Come to the hospital. If you are pregnant and it's going that you are having continuous frontal headache, come to the hospital. If you are pregnant and you discover that in the course of this pregnancy, you are always having pains, lower abdominal pains, severe lower abdominal pains, come to the hospital. Amongst many other signs and symptoms that a pregnant woman should, will have. When you feel discomfort of any form, come to the hospital. It's better to be too curious than to make a mistake.
All right. As a nurse, I'm sure you would have interviewed a couple of women who report late for antenatal or who register very late for antenatal. Some of them would not want to register. They want to see the baby bump already before they go for antenatal. Why do some women run away from antenatal? Is there something the nurses are doing to them that is making them run away from antenatal? Please talk to us on the importance of antenatal.
Coming to antenatal for some of those women, I think their causes may be multifactorial. It may be due to economical challenges, environmental challenges, institutional challenges, and so on. All right? I don't want to believe it's just about the nurses. That's the reason why people don't want to come to antenatal. Okay. They don't have the funds with which they can visit the hospital. Some other persons have this cultural belief that before you start going to the antenatal, your baby bump should be out first. It should be obvious that you are pregnant before going for antenatal care. That's not true. Antenatal care is that care that the pregnant woman, make to the hospital continuously during pregnancy. And this care, there's something we call booking. Booking is the first visit that the antenatal woman pays to the antenatal clinic. And it usually should be within 8 to 12 weeks. When you are pregnant, within 8 to 12 weeks, you should have come to the hospital for investigation, for confirmation of your pregnancy, so that they can get baseline data of your information, which they are going to use subsequently to check on you, to know if there's any deviation from normal in your health care. All right. Also, in the course of this antenatal care, they are able to assess the well-being of the mother and the fetus in utero, to know if the pregnancy is progressing positively, and to know if there's any abnormality and treat appropriately and promptly. Okay. All right. Again, one of the benefits of antenatal care is to ensure that a healthy mother and a live baby is born at the end of pregnancy. And also, antenatal care helps the woman to cope with pregnancy, because not every woman can cope with pregnancy. So they're able to help you cope with pregnancy. There's something we call birth preparedness. All right. And
so the bottom line is that antenatal is very important.
The newborn.
All right. Favor, our time is spent. Thank you so much for finding time to be with us on the show, despite your very busy schedule today. We'll do this again next week. Thank you and bye-bye.
ITV, certainly the best.
Ojúde aṣáájú ẹ̀ abẹ́ẹ̀dọ́pẹ́ ẹ̀. Ayaba Togi, Abba Adaye Abagi, Abba Egwetua.
ITV, certainly the best.
It is my delight to have you join us every Sunday like this on the program News Review. I am Deborah Iviogbe from thanking you so much for joining us on the program News Review. The deplorable state of broadcast industry in Nigeria, John Wayne Konda review came under discussion between the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria and the National Broadcasting Commission. This followed concerns raised by Chairman of BON, Tony Akiotu, who said the industry has suffered setbacks due to weak synergy between the regulator and the broadcast media organizations. Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission, Charles Eboebo, assured stakeholders of the Commission's readiness to address the challenges raised by BON.
The courtesy visit by the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria to the National Broadcasting Commission was aimed at addressing the numerous challenges confronting the broadcast industry in the country. Present at the meeting were heads of major broadcast organizations, including ITV and radio, led by BON Chairman, Senior High Chief Tony Akiotu. The BON Chairman said the broadcast industry is facing serious difficulties, noting that several media organizations have shut down while others are struggling to survive. He stressed that the meeting became necessary to enable the regulator and stakeholders jointly find lasting solutions to the challenges affecting the sector.
BON will not take a bystander role going forward. We are going to be actively involved in ensuring that whatever affects the interests of our members as investors in broadcasting will stand up and speak for their interests.
Responding, Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission, Charles Ibuibu, said the commission is already taking concrete steps to address the concerns raised.
Let's chart a new way forward. If we were going to talk about meetings, let's have how regular do you want it? We're not, that's what we're here for, right? We would engage with you, we would talk about plans, expectations. We might have a few disagreements here and there, but we'll find a way forward. It's all for the industry, right?
Heads of media organizations at the meeting include Managing Director, Independent Television and Radio, and Chairman, South-South Zone of BON, Engineer Elvis Obaseki, Executive Secretary of BON, Dr. Yemisi Bambosi, GMD of DA, Dr. Marcel Ayalechi, and Chairman Iban Alhaji Tijani Ramalan. From Abuja, Charity Tanko, ITV News.
Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo during week under review assured the Inspector General of Police Olatunji Disu of stronger collaboration and continued support in securing the state. Mr. Olatunji Disu, who is the 23rd Indigenous Inspector General of Police of Nigeria, arrived in Government House on Friday with a delegation who include the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 5, Edo State Commissioner of Police, the AIG Nigeria Police Mobile Force, among other senior police officers.
Speaking during the meeting, Governor Okpebholo congratulated the new IGP, Mr. Olatunji Disu, on his appointment, describing him as a professional officer who earned his elevation through dedication and competence. The governor pledged continued cooperation with the Nigerian police force, while also calling for increased support and collaboration from the police authorities to sustain peace and security in Edo State.
You have so far demonstrated professionalism in your work, and that is why you rose to the rank at which you are today. I have so much confidence in you. When I heard the announcement, I was so impressed because you merited it. I want to let you know that we will cooperate and will continue to cooperate with your people, the police formation in the state.
Earlier, the IGP, Mr. Olatunji Disu, said his visit to Edo State was aimed at meeting with officers and men of the Edo State Command, while also appreciating the governor for his support to the police in the state. The IGP commended Governor Okpebholo for fulfilling promises made to support security operations in the state. Mr. Disu emphasized that tackling insecurity requires collective efforts, noting that modern policing thrives on community participation and public trust. According to him, commissioners of police across the country have been directed to make their phone numbers publicly available to strengthen communication and build trust with residents.
I'm here in Edo State to see my officers, Commissioner of Police and the men of the command. And we thought it's very, very important to see you before we commence that. To see you, to thank you for all you have been doing for officers of this command.
Governor Okpebholo received the delegation alongside the Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, the Chief of Staff, Honorable Yakubu Musa, the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Prince Kasim Afegboy, and General Cecil Esekiagbe, retired. Oluwafemi Fadayola, ITV News.
In the same vein, we reported during week under review that the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Egwai II, called for intensive unarmed combat training for officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force. The Benin monarch made the call while receiving the Inspector General of Police, IGP Disu, during a courtesy visit to the Oba of Benin Palace in Edo State. Oba Egwai II described combat training as essential for police officers, especially in situations where they may be without firearms and need to defend themselves or members of the public. The royal father also commended the IGP for his martial arts background, noting that his black belt in judo is a rare achievement among police chiefs in the country. While praying for the safety of police personnel nationwide, the Oba of Benin urged the force to address cases of human rights abuses and misconduct by some officers. Responding, Inspector General of Police pledged continued collaboration between the police and traditional institutions to strengthen security and professionalism within the force. The IGP was accompanied by other police officers, including the Edo State Commissioner of Police, CP Monday Agbonika, to the palace where Chief Osaro Ida, the Obazelu of Benin, offered prayers on behalf of the Benin Palace. Still on the Inspector General of Police, we told you during the Conda review, officers of the Nigerian Police Force were urged to embrace professionalism, discipline, and accountability as the era of misconduct and unprofessional conduct in the force is over. The IGP Olatunji Disu gave the advice in Benin City during a working visit to Edo State Police Command, where he engaged officers on the aims and objectives of his administration.
Inspector General, alert!
Inspection of guard on arrival at the Edo State Police Command headquarters in Benin City by the 23rd Indigenous and 33rd Inspector General of the Nigerian Police Force, Olatunji Disu, addressing officers during the engagement. The IGP said his visit was aimed at seeking feedback from personnel on their welfare and operational conditions, stressing the importance of maintaining a motivated and people-oriented police force. Against the backdrop of the recent Delta State incident, the IGP condemned acts of misconduct and abuse of office by police personnel, warning that unethical behavior capable of tarnishing the image of the force would no longer be tolerated.
I know for you to pass in police college, you must have done so well because they always pride us with lectures upon lectures. How did you feel after that policeman disgraced all of us? You feel good about it? No, sir. You felt bad about it? Yes, sir. We have to have the new Nigerian police force. I know I cannot do it alone. That is why I've come to talk to you, so that all of us will be on the same page.
Earlier in his address, Edo State Commissioner of Police, Monday Agbonika, noted that the command has remained resolute in combating violent crimes in line with the mandate and policing vision of the Inspector General of Police.
Despite these achievements, the command still faces certain challenges which require urgent attention. These include logistics support, shortage of arms and ammunition, insufficient armored personnel carriers to face the bandits, especially when fire is involved. We humbly appeal for your continued intervention and support in these critical areas to further strengthen the operational capacity of the state.
The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 5, Salman Dogo, and other senior police officers were in attendance. From Benin, Jola Deojo, ITV News.
On a cheerful note, reported during the Conda review that the former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosaka Igbenedion, celebrated his 69th birthday in grand style in Benin City. The event attracted dignitaries, family members, political associates, and business leaders, including Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo, the Iyase of Benin, Chief Sam Igbe, and the celebrant's father, the Resama of Benin, said Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawaro Igbenedion.
65, 68, 69!
The atmosphere at Ugbo residence of the former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Igbenedion, was filled with excitement as guests arrived for the celebration. Leading the dignitaries were the father of the celebrant and Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawaro Igbenedion, the Iyase of Benin, Chief Sam Igbe, alongside other prominent personalities. The celebrant, Chief Lucky Nosaka Igbenedion, personally received guests with warmth and appreciation. Tributes poured in for the former governor of Edo State, whom many described as a visionary leader, elder statesman, and one of the enduring pillars of modern Edo politics. The Esama of Benin and the Iyase of Benin offered prayers for the celebrant, while members of the Great Women Theatre Troupe entertained guests with cultural performances.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm grateful to God that my own son will come tonight while I'm alive, hale and healthy. I'm enjoying it all. I hope all of them here now are enjoying the birthday.
Special prayers were also offered by the God's Generals Association, led by Bishop Efe Idahosa, who commended Chief Lucky Igbenedion's contributions to peace, unity, and national development. Guests from different parts of Nigeria and beyond, including Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo, celebrated the former governor for his impact on the political and socio-economic development of Edo State. Many described Chief Lucky Igbenedion as a bridge builder whose leadership and service have positively influenced countless lives.
I wish him good health. I wish him more successes, many more glorious years.
Wish him well and celebrate his birthday. 69 is a lot of years, and given his pedigree, we thank God for his achievement.
Very strong-hearted, very focused. He goes on steadily and steadily and steadily in life. He's 69 today, and we came to rejoice with him.
The Lord will grant him good health to live life that he desires to live. Kindness that God has given to him, he will continue to go deeper and deeper.
He deserves all the good things God gives his own, and he's God's own creator. I wish him a very, very happy birthday.
The celebration took a lively turn as the celebrant and his brothers thrilled guests with heartwarming musical renditions, drawing applause from the gathering. The celebrant, Chief Lucky Igbenedion, his wife, Mrs. Eki Igbenedion, and other family members expressed gratitude to God for a successful birthday celebration.
I'm feeling younger by the day, feeling stronger, I believe more relaxed, more deliberate in my actions, and I give all the glory to God for good health.
A dependable husband, a very responsible father, and a loving grandfather.
Lucky Igbenedion is such a wonderful man, wonderful senior brother. He carries everybody along in his family. He's always there for each and every one of us. I pray that the Almighty God grant him good health and long life.
I wish him, a reward of everything that he has sown into people's lives around the world, not just in Nigeria. So I wish him joy, I wish him health, I wish him prosperity.
The event, marked by elegance, warmth, and goodwill, ended with guests offering prayers for continued good health, strength, and many more years of impactful service for the former Edo State Governor. From Benin, Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
Now talking politics, we told you during Weekender Review that chieftains and members of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Ovia Northeast Local Government Area of Edo State, unanimously endorsed member representing Ovia Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Barrister Omosede Igbenedion, for a second term ahead of the 2027 general elections. The endorsement took place during a stakeholders meeting held at the residence of the APC chairman in Ovia Northeast Local Government Area, Honorable Solomon Odewinge, along Testa May Road in Benin City.
It was a gathering marked by solidarity and political support as leaders and members of the All Progressives Congress in Ovia Northeast rolled out their drums to endorse the federal lawmaker representing Ovia Northeast, Ovia Southwest Federal Constituency, Barrister Omosede Igbenedion, for a second term in office. The meeting attracted prominent APC stakeholders and supporters from across the constituency, including former member of the House of Representatives and former chairman of the Federal Character Commission in Edo State, Honorable Peter Ekato, member representing Ovia Northeast Constituency 2 in Edo State House of Assembly, Honorable Andrew Uzame, Dr. Frederick Igbenedion, Barrister Michael Igbenedion, Pastor Angela Igbenedion, and other notable party leaders. Speakers at the event commended Barrister Omosede Igbenedion for what they described as quality representation, accessibility to constituents, and impactful contributions to the development of the constituency. They noted that the endorsement reflected the confidence and trust reposed in her leadership and expressed optimism that a continued representation will further advance the welfare of the people.
As you go out there to represent us, we have the confidence in you that based on your political prowess, based on your sagacity, you will be able to attract the development that we are yearning for.
Omosede is returned unopposed.
It's the official adoption. Adopting Omosede as the only candidate for the federal constituency election.
Responding, Barrister Omosede Igbenedion expressed appreciation to party leaders and supporters for the endorsement and continued support. She reaffirmed her commitment to the unity, growth and development of the constituency, pledging to sustain effective representation and people-oriented initiatives. The lawmaker also informed party leaders and residents of ongoing recruitment opportunities in the Nigerian Immigration Service and encouraged qualified applicants to submit their credentials through our office for possible consideration.
I think it's a very strong, resonating message today to the people of Ovia Federal Constituency to show that we're ready to let the good work continue. The APC as a party has produced the best candidates across the board. We are led by a very able president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Other APC leaders at the gathering reiterated their support for her re-election bid, describing her as a committed representative whose leadership has continued to attract democratic dividends to the constituency. From Benin, Patience Osaugiwa, ITV News.
Still talking politics, reporter John Wikonda review that the People's Democratic Party, backed by Nyesom Wike, distanced itself from the purported alliance gathering between the party and the Allied People Movement in Ibadan, describing such an arrangement as false and misleading. The party's National Publicity Secretary made this known on Thursday at a press briefing in Abuja.
The press briefing by the leadership of the National Working Committee of the Wike-backed PDP had key leaders of the party present to reject the purported alliance with the APM. The National Policy Secretary of the party says the PDP is not involved in any alliance, coalition or agreement with APM or any other political party regarding the Ibadan event. He says individuals claiming to represent the PDP at the gathering acted without the approval or consent of the party.
Let us state clearly and unequivocally that the PDP is not part of any alliance, coalition, agreement, or political arrangement with the Allied People's Movement or any other political party regarding this gathering or any related political activity. Any person or group claiming to be acting on behalf of the PDP in connection with this event is doing so without the knowledge, approval, consent, or authority of the party.
From Abuja, Joseph Kadri, ITV News.
From Nigeria's premier private university, Igbenedion University, Okada, came the report John Wikonda review as part of activities to mark the 27th Founders Day celebration of the institution. A solemn and uplifting Thanksgiving service was held at the university's Chapel of Grace, Okada. The colorful service drew an impressive gathering of distinguished guests, academics, residents of Okada community, students and well-wishers from different walks of life.
In an atmosphere filled with joy and reverence, the university's management team, led by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Lawrence Ezemoye, joined the congregation in a spirited procession to the altar to offer thanks to God for the institution's enduring legacy and continued growth. Taking the first Bible reading, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Lawrence Ezemunye, who was represented by the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Administration, Professor George Izewuwa, reflected the spirit of unity and gratitude that defined the occasion.
Oh, give thanks unto the God for his mercy endureth forever. Oh, give thanks to the Lord of Lords, his mercy endureth forever. To him who alone doeth great wonder, of his mercy endureth forever.
The sermon was delivered by Reverend Father Richard Ozioko, who charged the congregation to remain steadfast in faith, service, and dedication to excellence, while commending the university for its remarkable contributions to education and national development over the past 27 years.
We must be healers, and not just healers alone, but what? Do one. That's what God is trying to tell us. And he said in Matthew chapter 7, verse 21 to 23, not everyone who says to me, Lord, 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 will enter the kingdom.
Very successful, inspiring. We had about 6 ministers, invited guests, and it was a blast.
I learned that we must be generous in our life. The same way the founder of the university, Gabriel Igbenedion Esama, is.
27 years is not easy, so we bless God for his presence, his faithfulness, his guidance, and we thank our founder for making this edifice here. We bless God's name for using him.
The Thanksgiving service was a fitting demonstration of gratitude to God for an opportunity to mark yet another Founders' Day celebration, leaving worshippers inspired and hopeful for an even brighter future for the institution. The Founders' Day lecture comes up on Saturday 16. Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
Also in the week, we reported that Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawa Igbenedion, the Esama of Benin, was described as a true nationalist, committed to the peace, unity, and security of the country. The managing director of Independent Television and Radio, Elvis Obaseki, stated this during a courtesy visit by some management staff of the station to the defense headquarters in Abuja.
The commitment of independent television and radio to reportage that promotes national peace and security stems from the visionary leadership of its owner, the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawaru Igbenedion. The visit by the managing director of ITV and Radio, Engineer Elvis Obaseki, alongside some management staff to the Director of Defense Information, Major General Samaila Uba, was aimed at strengthening collaboration with the defense headquarters in promoting national peace and security. While commending the military's effort in securing the country, Engineer Obaseki said the chairman of ITV and Radio, the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawaru Igbenedion, remains committed to using the station's platform to advance peace and security across the country.
Owner and founder of Independent Television and Radio, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawaru Igbenedion, everything about him embodies how Nigeria could be better. And we found that the best way we could go about it is to also extend that support in media matters to the defense of our dear country, Nigeria.
Meanwhile, the Director of Defense Information, Major General Samaila Uba, commended ITV and Radio for its patriotic reportage and consistent coverage of military activities.
That we've been called upon based on the peculiar security challenges that are facing Nigeria. So I want to thank you and also implore that you please continue with the very commendable consideration for.
Souvenirs were exchanged at the end of the courtesy visit. The event was attended by top management staff of ITV and Radio Abuja, including Acting General Manager Mr. Stephen Ojo, Head of Radio Mr. Ene Okon, among others. From Abuja, John Taylor, ITV News.
On a sad note, reporter John Wikonja reviewed that the Edo State Police Command identified Alexander Omogiate as a victim of a fighter shooting incident that occurred on Sunday last week around the University of Benin Access in Benin City. The command's public relations officer, ASP Enoikoedom, who confirmed the incident to journalists on Monday last week, said investigations are already underway and assured residents that those responsible will be brought to justice.
According to ASP Enoy Koedem, 3 occupants of a Mercedes-Benz Onwuke Blessed, Alexander Omogiate, Chinenye Christian Mbago were driving out of the University of Benin through the institution's main gate at Ugbowo when they were intercepted by another white GLK vehicle. She explained that the occupants of the unidentified vehicle reportedly wound down their windows and opened fire on the victims before fleeing the scene to an unknown destination. Alexander Omogiate, who was driving the vehicle, was confirmed dead following the attack, while the other occupants sustained varying degrees of gunshot injuries. A female passerby, identified as Dorothy Uba, was also hit during the shooting and is currently receiving treatment. ASP Enoy Koedem further disclosed that the command has ordered a full-scale investigation into the incident to ensure that those behind the attack are tracked down and prosecuted.
We received this unfortunate report. It was a distress call that came across to the command on the 10th, which was yesterday, around 5 p.m. The officers of Ugbowo Division was deployed to the scene. The Commissioner of Police CP Monday Agbonika FDC has launched a full-scale investigation into this matter to unravel the circumstances surrounding the murder of Alexander.
The police command has appealed to members of the public with useful information to report to the nearest police station or contact the command through its emergency lines to assist ongoing investigations. From Benin, Jola Adeojo, ITV News.
That report concludes today's edition of the program News Review. Don't forget to keep it there to test next week Sunday when we shall be bringing you the program News Review again. I am Deborah Ivio. For now, see you next week. Do have a great week ahead. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to WIC, Women in Conversation. This is where women sit together to discuss things that are happening amongst us, especially the women. Do we talk about men? Yes, we do sometimes, when it is very, very necessary, especially when we're talking about marriage, talking about DNA and all that. But this is a room for women where we discuss, where we'll laugh, where we'll chit-chat, as you might call it. Anyway, it's a new episode, new production, and I am saying Happy New Year to you viewers. It's been a while, so we say Happy New Year and thank God we made it to 2026. Anyways, like as usual, I don't do this alone. I have my pretty women, my guests, always here to analyze some of the topics that we'll be discussing today. And on my right, I have Princess Edith Madejemo, who is a household name. She is the CEO Golden Touch Collection. Edith.
Good morning, Happy New Year, and thanks for having me.
Happy New Year, and welcome as usual. And to my left, we have Ayo. The thing about Ayo, let me talk about Ayo before introducing her. I have been pursuing Ayo to join us on WIC because she has a lot to talk about. She has a lot to educate us on. But of course, Ayo is a very busy person. Thank God she made it through to us today. She is Ayo Ali Balogun. Ayo Ali Balogun is a management consultant. Ayo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You also pretty. I told you behind the camera, I like your earrings, so I'm going to take it. Anyway, thank you for joining us again. And let's just go straight to today's discussion. Ladies, it's been a problem, mothers, especially these young mothers these days, they shy away from discussing the adult talks with their daughter. And so the question is, when is the right time to start the discussion with your daughter on adult talks? I know you understand what I mean when I say adult talks. Princess, let me start with you.
Oh. I'm actually on that table right now.
Wow.
And at times it gives me goosebumps when I'm talking about it. But the way do we have to talk about it? As an intentional parent, you just have to be open to some extent. I don't think there is a perfect time for it, in as much as you watch your child or your girl child growing from 7 years, you can start at least educating her about herself. Then thereafter, from 10 years, I think you can start introducing some talk to her. Especially, I have this topic I introduced to myself and my daughter, mom and daughter night. We used to do it every Friday or Saturday night. At times, once or twice in a month, we do it. And that is the time we talk.
How old is your daughter, if I might ask?
She's almost 10. She's 9, going to 10. So we have mom and daughter nights, and at times, these nights are the nights we talk. At times, she will jot some things down about me that she want to tell me. Or about me, because I used to tell her, what do I do that you don't like? You know, we parents, we can be somehow at times. So, and she will put it down. She's looking forward to that mother and daughter night that she'll tell me, Mommy, you used to do this and I don't like it. It makes me sad. As those points that she pointed out to me that makes her sad, I have to look into it. At times give her excuse. Then that is the time I have to talk to her about this adult talk. It's never too late when you start from 8, because you don't know where they go. You can't be with them all through. They go to church, they go to children party, you may be there. They go to school, you may be there with them at that children party, but you won't be playing with them. Maybe you just sit at the corner where the parents sit, and they will mingle with their friends. They go to school. You don't know what the other parents are teaching their children. And some of these things come from school. Do you understand? So I would say from 8 years, because from 8 years, an 8-year-old girl child should understand what you are talking about. We're able to get the message. You understand? So I would say from 8 years, you start telling them their body and how to associate with the opposite sex.
Okay. Thank you, Princess. Now, Princess had said from 8 years. But some mothers will tell you, 8 years child, is a baby. I'm still, bathing for her and all that. I don't want to start talking to her about the adult talk at 8 years. Do you agree with her, or what exact time do you think is the right time for one to start discussing adult talk with the children? Let me remind you that some children, like you said, at 8 years are fully blown with everything. Everything, when I mean everything, I have seen a lot of things. So when do you think is the right time to start talking?
So personally, I think much earlier.
Okay. Earlier than 7?
Earlier than 7. And I must mention this. I don't know if you remember this lady, Auntie Jessica Obioma. She used to be there. And she told me many years ago and said, have you educated your daughter on her body strain? And she said, no.
She's a child, because you still have some children wearing Pampers at 4.
Right. So I remember visiting her and she said, no, you tell her, here, if anybody touch you, no. Because abuse, someone who is looking for a prey would not leave children under 8. As long as a child begins to, the cognitive, develops and the child can assimilate, you understand, you begin to, in the language that the child would understand, you get. Even when they're playing, nobody touch you here, don't you know, like that. Break it beat by beat. You'd be surprised that by age 8, like you said, a lot of children, I know when I was much younger, a girl had started her monthly period at the age of 8.
Wow.
So you can imagine such a girl. Of course, she has womanly body and everything. Now, what do you think would happen if that child hadn't been well groomed?
Okay, that's it.
You understand? Now you also have some children are very adventurous. They're curious. There's so many things online today that they see and they want to explore. You see young children, you know, I query a lot of the Nigerian movies where, you know, they're very explicit when it comes to trying to describe adult scenes. And I think the Census Board should look into that. I think it's just too much for me. So I think the earlier, as soon as a child can recognize and assimilate, 8, 2, 3, nobody touch you here, okay? Anybody touch you there, you tell mommy. Because it starts to, a predator starts to groom a child. I say, if you tell your mommy, I'll beat you. If I tell your mommy, I kill you, I'll kill your mommy. You understand? So you want to start building the confidence of that child as early as possible. And I love what you do, Princess, with your daughter, the mother and daughter. I wish, I mean, I had
talk.
The mom, yes. I wish I knew that when my child was that age. But I think that's brilliant. And I'm going to like propagate it. It's brilliant. And I love the fact that you are encouraging her to pen down her thoughts about your actions.
You, yeah.
You know, I remember once my daughter said to me, I was like, tell me, and she was like, no, I don't want to tell you. Because if I tell you now, when you're angry, you say it.
Oh, shit. I know how you feel that.
I know.
And it never left me. It never left me.
Okay, so let's come to that. What did you think you did wrong that made her to, you know, get to that extent of saying, if I tell you this, the day you're angry, you bring it up to use it against me. Where did you go wrong in this?
So, you know, with parenthood, nobody has a manual. So you come up, and then life has a way of, you know, forming you. And you, the kind of person you are, determines. So this is me, who is a go-getter, and then my daughter at that time was a very quiet introvert. You know, you could hardly hear her. So I mean, I become very exasperated. You know, I told her.
Because you're not acting like me.
Like me.
Why are you this quiet?
And guess what? Yes,
firebrand now.
Firebrand.
She was just forming. She was just forming.
Well, that's language. Forming. No, I don't think she was forming. She was watching you.
Yeah, no. So
that was her forming stage.
You know, molding.
Yes, was molding. That's what I mean by that.
Okay.
See, it comes in. Sorry, darling.
Yes.
It comes in different way. Like your daughter said, if I tell you what you do now, if I tell you what's happening, you use it against me.
Yes.
I just imagine how you feel. It has happened to me actually. My own was smacking. So like you did something, I'll smack you. So there was something happened in school and she didn't tell me. I get to know, I think the third day or the other day, and I queried her. She said, I said, you told me everything. Because I made it a point of duty that when I come to pick her, right from the car, we're already discussing.
How did the day go?
Even if I'm on call, once I drop that call, start telling me, start talking. Don't wait for me to ask you. We started it when she was a little. So start telling me what, the things I couldn't enjoy when I was growing. I want my daughter to enjoy it. I learned, I enrolled in all these different platforms, just to learn how to be a better mother, a better parent. I do. So I ask, I say, once I drop my phone, anything you think you should tell me, start talking. Don't wait for me anymore to start asking you. So I got to know 3 days after, and I asked her, why didn't you tell me? She was mute. For some time, I was like, am I talking to you? She said, yes. Did you hear what I said? She said, yes. I said, why didn't you tell me? And she said, if I tell you, you will smack me. You know, that's just as you said, it got to my brain like, so this girl can keep secret from me because I will smack her.
So how did you correct that?
Oh, so whenever she tells me things that would have made me smack her, I will not smack her. I will just hold on and correct her. That part, you know, I would have beat you. I don't want to beat you, so you can keep telling me.
Okay.
Are you getting me? So because of after that scenario, such a thing never happened.
Ayo, I have had a young lady who came to meet me and said to me, I like the relationship you have with your daughter. I have just one daughter. I have the relationship you have with your daughter, but I do not have that relationship with my daughter. My daughter was actually very grown at the time she was talking to me about it, but her daughter was about 7 or 9. So she doesn't have that relationship that her daughter prefers to go talk to her dad. And then most times when her daughter wants to use her undies or, zipper, she goes meet her dad. Daddy, do my zipper for me. Where do you think that mother went wrong for the daughter to have stayed away from her and rather talk with the father?
All right, so a lot of women, query, oh, my children prefer the father, or that this.
I don't see anything wrong
I don't
about
see
it.
anything wrong with that. And I think, the father also has a right to enjoy special bond
with the
daughter and with the son. So, we can't tell, even as adults, we don't choose who to love or who we fall in love with romantically. And now when it comes to bonding, there's this special thing that it just happens. I don't think the mother went wrong, and I don't think she should beat herself over it. She should leverage on the father and daughter relationship to get, her own space, which is, complements that relationship, encourage the relationship, and the girl will begin to trust her enough to say, oh, mom is chilled with this, and bring her in. I want to have her as the third man in that relationship instead of trying to, form her own and by breaking it. I don't think so. I think the father has a right to have a special bond with his daughter, and I don't think the mother went wrong. And she should just leverage on the special father and daughter relationship, which I love, and promote it, encourage them, and they would naturally drag her along. I think.
Fantastic. They will naturally drag. I just hope she's listening, because she was very worried. She came and then she was complaining. My daughter doesn't have this bond you have with your daughter. But I built that bond with my daughter.
It's not a one-day thing.
It wasn't a one-day thing. Absolutely. Just like she said, I started this mother-daughter talk. I made her to know that she has to tell me everything. She's free to discuss anything with me. And then we became very close, In fact, don't worry. You see the two of us, you think we're friends. Yeah, she's very grown now. Anyway, let's go on a short break. We will be right back to continue this discussion. It's WIC. Welcome back. It's WIC, Women in Conversation, and we're still here. I still have Edith in the house, and then Ayo Alibalogun is still here. We were talking about the right time to discuss adult issues with your girl child. But anyway, everybody here has said their own how to handle it and how to go about it. I just hope you viewers out there listened and learned from these two women here. So we're going to be moving on, still on the girl child. Yes, a lot of people will say it's a boy child, not a child. The boy child is also molested, okay? It's not just the girl child, but it is very common with the girl child. We have seen very recently where we see 11-year-old girls being pregnant. We see the pictures and videos everywhere, and it's beginning to become a thing of concern, so that is why I chose for us to discuss this today. A boy child is also very, very molested, just like a female child. But let's move on to the girl child. Still on the girl child, dating. When is the right time for a girl child to start dating?
Right. Sorry. So before I go into that, permit me, I'm also very passionate about the boy child. The boy child, any child, male or female, is vulnerable.
Very, very.
And must be educated. You have, boys child sodomized by older caregivers or people around, or also explored to adults things by the older female caregiver.
True.
So it is important, whether you have a girl child or boy child, to educate them on how to keep their private. So back on track.
Thank you for that. So back on track. When do you think is the right time for a girl child to start dating? We are concentrating on the girl child today.
Right.
We could bring in the boy child later on, but for the girl child, when is the right time for a girl child to start dating? Romantically.
Now, so when you say dating, I found that in recent times that, I think our generation would say dating is, immediately you're kissing, you're going to bed and all of that. But apparently, when you say dating, it's just you're going out for drinks, you're going out for movies. Then from the dating stage, you have the talking stage, and then the define. So there are different stages according to the millennials and the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
So now, for the girl child, any child, especially female, who is smart enough to get into the adult space, that is the university, is open to and susceptible to things like that. Now, you can imagine a girl child, so this child goes to university at the age of 16 or 17. I think there was a law. I don't know if they reversed it now that the girl, you can't get into university in Nigeria until you're a certain age.
Yeah. That law just started last year, sometimes last year.
3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Was it 2 or 3 years ago?
Yes, I think yes, maybe to 2024 or early 2025. Yeah. So, but if a girl child is old enough to get into university, smart enough to get into university, and finds a guy that she finds, to be honest, all of us at some point when we were in secondary school had crush on one person or the other. Sure. But in the university, you can encourage, because most, and from experience, I'll tell you that it's actually better for them to begin to have an open mind about having, healthy relationship, not amorous relationship with opposite sex, not that early. So when we say dating, are we talking about just going on, my friend is visiting me and the works? Yeah, I think 16, as long as you're in the university, I'm cool with that. But even if you're in the secondary school and, they do the dating, but they won't call it dating, they call it hangout. So we need to define clearly what we mean by dating.
And that is why I said dating romantically, not the hangouts. It's not even hangouts. We hear children say, I'm going for a sleepover in my friend's house. Oh. Yes, a sleepover. So we're going to be touching the sleepover thing, because I have a friend that has a particular issue about her daughter going for a sleepover. She also came to report that case to me. But let's go to you, Edith. Let's talk about the dating before we go to the sleepover.
To me, I won't say there's a particular age frame for dating. But like she rightly said, when a girl child is smart enough to be in the university, I think she's open for anything that comes to dating. Because in the university, you have mixed people, you have people, you have people that you crush on, that crush on you. And I think at that stage, you can express yourself. And another guy also is bold enough to express themselves, unlike when they were in the secondary school. At this stage, they are very expressional, and you are open for that. Then you should prepare your child, your daughter, ahead of this stage. Although they should also prepare their mind ahead of it, that, okay, now you, my daughter, you are going to the university. Mind you, you're going to come across Peter, you're going to come across some men that will admire you. Admiring you doesn't mean they want to take you to bed. You can associate. You can date anybody, but not the romantic part of it. You understand?
Yes.
Not going to bed. Then while dating, communication, like you said, stage by stage, communication, going out for lunch, for dinner, at times you party. It's an agreement. From the beginning of that dating, you spell out what you want. You understand? We want to just be friends. I love you and I like you. Let's be friends until I get to 20.
Don't you think that word love is heavy for just being friends?
No. It can't be heavy. You can love somebody and still respect that person's opinion.
But that's actually what love is. Love is respect.
So I love you and I want to date you. You can accept to date the person. I'm not going to bed. I'm not romantically entangled.
And that's where...
Are you getting it? Then you can be there for each other. You can have lunch together. You can go to party together. And you can still remain clean. Until the time that appointed time that you said, okay, you can just reach an agreement like, I want to be 20. I want to get to 21. I want to do it when I'm a graduate.
Okay. We'll
come
to that. Yes, let's
now,
go to you.
It brings us back to those adult education you've been giving your child.
Thank you.
So it's cumulative. Now you see how successful you can measure your performance by how your girl child responds to all of this. Now she has a freedom. Has she all of a sudden forgotten all the education you have given her over the years? And that is where you also don't sit back or rest on your oars as a mother. You still go on, Let the girl child be open to, exploring.
But you know that in this Gen Z age, they are actually very different, okay? Back when they get to school, all the children are coming from different homes, different upbringings, different background. What you told your daughter is not what I probably would have told my daughter. Do you know there's some parents, there's some mothers who would say, if you meet a senator, that will spoil you. Go ahead to do that.
Oh, you have parents that can encourage their children to do all sorts.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So how do you maintain that that's good upbringing, that's good conversation you have had with your daughter before going to the uni? How do you continue to maintain that so she doesn't get to be lured by a child coming from a different background?
Constant talking. I would say, like she said, you don't relax. Like you've done your part, and the rest is there, left for her to decide. You still keep talking. Keep still talking, and once in a while, talk to her, call her. You can bump into her. I like to do that once in a while. Just go to school unannounced, and you know where your child is. Like all the teaching all along, she has to put them to practice. If you have been teaching her from the age of 9, 10, and now she's free. There are some children that are free. When they see freedom, it looks as if you'll be caging them. They will just go haywire. But there are some children, even when they have that freedom, they will still be able to maintain that, character that they brought from the house. Like, okay, this is what my mom said I shouldn't do. I shouldn't be found in this company. I shouldn't be found in this company. But mind you, evil communication corrupts good manners. It does happen. It does.
So that's what I'm saying.
Kids,
how do you curb that?
Even when you give them all the home training, all the training that you think you should give your child or your daughter, when they go out there, they do something else. Some children are actually two-faced. I'm sorry to say. Some children are two-faced. They come home, they are very innocent. They are very innocent. They are very decent. They are very calm and reserved. If you see them out there, if you have a picture of how your daughter behaved out there, you will be able to...
Let's take it from Edith saying some children are two-faced. How do you identify a child that is two-faced?
So, by and large, all of these things, the adult talks you have with your child, it's not just the adult talk you have with your child. You have other talks too. What is your value as a woman? Are you able to communicate your value as a woman to your husband, to your daughter, to your son? What is the value as a family? These are the things that you have to build over time. This family should be known to be a family of peace and integrity, accountability. It's not a function of somebody knocks and, who is that? Tell them that I'm not in the house. I'm not in the house. It's the landlord has come to go. Your child will learn not just by what you say, but by what you do. So when they now have the freedom, because over the years you have exemplified true leadership, the type of leadership that you would want to see in your child. Parents get asked, would you want your child to act the way you have acted in certain situations?
Okay.
They keep mute.
They keep mute. So it bothers on values.
Okay. We are going to be rounding off this episode. Just 1 minute, one word, not 1 minute, one word to mothers out there?
Train up a child in a way that he will grow. That when he grows, he will not depart from it.
Ayo.
As a mother and as a caregiver, love. And be free to express love. Let I love you not be a once in a while thing. You may not have the opportunity tomorrow to say I love you.
Wow. We've come to the end of this episode. Actually, Edith said train up a child properly. Let me, brief it there. And Ayo says love. Learn how to love and let the love not be a one-day thing. Continuously. That's what he wants there. Keep telling your daughter, I love you. Even your boy child, I love you at every minute. Anyway, it's been an amazing time out with these women. Thank you so much, Edith, for coming. And thank you, Ayo, for being here today. And it is a wrap here from us here on WIC. We'll see you next time.
ITV, certainly the best.